Hello everyone, welcome back to ASR, African Stories Realized. This is our weekly review of Youngins Season 1. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into it. Episode 40 picks up following the expulsion of the Big Five as they continue to struggle with being back home. Amo is haunted by memories of what happened to her mother as her cousins continue to make her feel unwelcome. Kaya's father continues to bully his own son, waking him up with a bucket of water and forcing him to do work around the house to earn his stay. Mahlatse's situation worsened when he received a call from the scholarship fund requesting his end-of-term results. He was able to stall, but for how long? Butle struggled being back home and having to watch her father cheat on her mother with members from his church. Meanwhile, back at Olifantsfontein, the students were not happy following an announcement of the Big Five's expulsion. A confident Principal Mthembu went on to announce that he was taking over coaching for the netball team and will be taking them on a team-building trip to Mpumalanga, a move which seemed to catch Pearl's attention. Episode 41 picks up with Amo really going through it, and it got worse after her aunt informed her that Amo's father was appealing his conviction and could potentially be back home soon. Mahlatse returned to Olifants in a failed attempt to collect his end-of-term results. He bumped into Pearl, who questioned him about the principal's tablet, as it seemed she had started conducting her own investigation. An emotional Butle revealed her father's infidelity to her mother, who didn't seem surprised at the revelation. Meanwhile, Tumelo and his father continued to have expectations of one another. His father ignored Tumelo's sassy ways, whilst Tumelo refused to do manual labor and was reluctant to learn how to drive, which would enable him to help more around the farm. To Tumelo's disappointment, his father also revealed his hope for Tumelo to become a big soccer star. Meanwhile, back at Kaya's place, Kaya and his father reached a breaking point, with Kaya challenging his father to a fight. The episode ends with Kaya's father smacking his son as Kaya quickly regrets his actions. Episode 42 picks up following Kaya's fight with his father. Mr. Jali gives him a proper lecture, revealing that Kaya's misbehavior is what drives him crazy, when all he ever wanted for him was to go to school and set himself up for a bright future. Meanwhile, Tumelo told his father that he wished to resume his studies, but his father informed him that he would have to wait for the new school year and be forced to repeat grade 10. Tumelo later gathered his father and uncles to officially come out to them. Amo in the meantime was still going through it as she wrestled with the fact that her murderous father may soon be released. Her woes were compounded when she saw Principal Mthembu on social media coaching the netball girls and getting very comfortable with them. Back at Butle's place, she confronted her mother for not questioning her father's cheating, but was dismissed and quickly enrolled in a new school. Mahlatse informed his mother that he failed to obtain his end-of-term results, and after the scholarship fund became aware of his expulsion, his scholarship was terminated. The lecture from Kaya's father must have worked, because he managed to get himself a job at a filling station. But while on break, he spotted his former principal, Mr. Mthembu, in his car with a student. The episode ends with Kaya confronting a shocked Mr. Mthembu in the parking lot. Mr. Mthembu has been very bold since the expulsion of the Big Five, and I think that will lead to his downfall. Like we predicted last week, it looks like Pearl will be the key. She's the only one currently with access to the principal, so she's best positioned to get her hands on his tablet. Kaya should have tried to take pictures or video of the principal instead of confronting him directly. That's all the evidence they needed right there. We didn't really get to see the aftermath of Tumelo coming out to his family. Even though his father looked disappointed, I don't think he's homophobic. He just doesn't want a lazy son, and Tumelo needs to understand that as well. It doesn't excuse him from doing manual labor around the farm and helping his father out. Butle's mother shared some wisdom with her, which she'll need down the line when she finds out that Kaya hasn't been faithful most of the time they were together. Once again, Mahlatse's situation really hit home for me. It was so sad watching him lose that scholarship. I know Amo was dealing with issues of her own, but she could have at least returned Mahlatse's call. Kaya's father also gave a strong performance and revealed his true motivations for why he treats Kaya the way he does. This week's episodes actually touched on a lot of emotional baggage the Big Five have been carrying, so I appreciate the deep dives into their family lives. But I think it's time to return to Olifants. Next week is scheduled to be the finale for Youngins Season 1, and I can't wait to see if Principal Mthembu gets exposed. Potentially they could extend the season, but I'm confident next week will be a wrap for season 1. All credit goes to the production team and the stellar cast of young actors for giving us a great story so far. We'll be back next week with another review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is ASR for the love of African filmmaking and storytelling.